What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. If you guys saw the last video, you saw that we installed valve cover gaskets, new spark plugs, and new coils on our 2010 Audi S4. So here are fresh coils, fresh spark plugs are in there, fresh valve cover gaskets. You can tell on this side because these ones are blue. Super sick. I wish blue were on both sides. I don't know why Fel Pro chooses to tease me like that, but they do, so whatever. We're gonna go ahead and connect the battery, fire up the car, get the coolant bled through the coolant bricks, crack the bleeder screw, spray some coolant out, and yeah, we'll get all that stuff bled, get the car warmed up, and then we'll change the oil and do it all over again. Alright, so the battery is now plugged in. You guys can hear and see we've got some blinky lights and stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and test to see if the new coils and plugs actually fix the misfire. If you guys saw that last video, you saw there was also a pretty severe misfire. Oh, ooh, sheesh. Trying to get unmonetized before we get monetized. That's what's up. Alright, so the last time we started the car there was actually a pretty severe misfire. So we'll see if the new coils and plugs fix that. It did have a permanent code stored on the ECU for the misfires, so I don't know if we're gonna have to drive the car for a bit for it to clear. Just running smooth, it might clear itself and decide it's all good. Same with the intake flaps on both sides of the engine. They were stuck previously, so I had to go in, fix those intake flaps, and now they're good, but it still has the code for them. So I think if I drive the car and it recognizes that there are no faults with that, it might be good. Otherwise I will have to go to like an Audi mechanic or a Euro mechanic or something, or get the what is it, VagCom or whatever the freak it's called, buy that subscription and do it myself. And I should probably do that, honestly, but we'll see. Let's fire it up and see what goes down. Alright, so that's totally different. Oh snap. Oh, I forgot. So I had put seafoam in each cylinder before. Yeah, it just freaks me out that this thing makes that much noise. But yeah, I totally forgot that I put seafoam in each cylinder. So I was wondering what that smoke was. That's what that was. So yeah, a little bit of seafoam action going down. Everything else on the car looks good. The check engine light isn't even on now, which is crazy. Huh, that's weird. I didn't even notice that. Last time it ran, the check engine light was on, so we'll give it a little bit and see if it comes back on. But that's crazy. If I fix the check engine light, what? There's no way. There's no way, guys. That's crazy. But it still does have that and there it's not even making the noise. That's weird. Huh. Maybe it fixed itself. That's cool. Alright. Look at all that smoke. Jeez. So anyway, that's kind of good news. Alright, so it's been about 10 minutes. The car's barely starting to warm up now, but the check engine light is still off. So I think we're good. Honestly, I'm going to go ahead and drain the oil out of it, and then we'll put fresh oil in, and then also more seafoam, and we'll clean it up, run it a little bit, and then do the same thing again with the Liquimoly engine flush, and then we'll go ahead and put the good oil in the car, And yeah. So my dad and I were actually just talking, and we were looking at the coolant that came out of the car when I did the coils and plugs and all that. And I put, so it's G40 coolant, which it takes either G12 or G40. Same stuff basically, but the stuff that I'm putting in the car is pink, and that's pretty clearly orange, just like the color of the old coolant that was in the car, all gummed up and gross. So I'm thinking maybe... You good there? Can't get in the house? Don't know how to open a door? Oh, okay. So we're thinking maybe, hopefully not, but the radiator might be like plugged up with gross coolant, or somewhere, is sitting somewhere to mix up with the pink coolant and turn it that orange. So we'll have to flush the coolant system as well. So we'll do oil flushes, coolant flushes, just to make sure everything is up to spec and ready to go. Something that was really nice was the the check engine light actually stayed off for the entire duration of the run. So I think we fixed whatever was wrong with the car. It seems to run a lot smoother. I didn't really rev it up this time. We were just kind of letting the sea foam and stuff burn off, but I think we're on the right track. Alright guys, so oil is drained and made a gigantic mess. I'm gonna blame the people that make these oil pans. If you have like a V8 or something, this is a 4-cylinder pan, don't be using these. So it's kind of my fault, but I'm gonna blame them. So anyway, so we've got the oil out, as you can see. Black, just kidding. But yeah, it is pretty dirty. It's not horrible, but it is definitely really dirty. So I'm glad that we are flushing the engine out and just getting all the contaminants out. Keep in mind that this car has only been run, it's probably like 20 minutes total so far, so that is pretty dirty for 20 minutes of runtime. So yeah, good to clean it. Alright guys, so I got my mess somewhat cleaned up. That's all coolant from the other day, and oil is all underneath the car, as you can see there. Freaking mess. But we've got fresh oil in the car, just some cheap stuff. So we can come over here, start the car up once again, see if the check engine light comes on as well. So that works. We've got a parking brake malfunction. We've also got a headlight range control. It is defective, so I'm gonna have to fix that, figure out how to fix that. So we'll look it up. Alright, so yeah, I think we're good. Everything sounds good. I noticed the other day when we had it running, this inner taillight is broken, so we'll have to get a replacement one of those. Since it's LED, you have to replace the whole thing, but whatever. They look pretty good while they're working. So that sounds good. Looks good. We got the LED running lights going. They look pretty good. I like the B8.5 a little bit more, but those ones look pretty good. Not terrible, not terrible. So yeah, anyway, sounds good. Check engine light's not on. We're gonna run this oil just like we did the last oil, just for a little bit. We still have to assemble the interior as well, but not until we're 100% sure everything works. As you can see, it's pretty warm. So yeah, we'll just let it heat up and see what it does. So anyway guys, I am super excited that the car runs, potentially drives. So far it drives enough for me to deem it drivable. it's not leaking. Everything seems to have fixed itself since we put the no coils and spark plugs in. So I'll have to get the OBD2 reader again just to make sure that everything is gone, but the check engine light isn't on, so I think we're good. Everything seems to be heating up normally. I should feel the radiator just to see if that's getting warm at least. And I don't know. Kind of just going through everything, making sure anything that can go wrong goes wrong in the yard. So I don't strand myself out in the middle of nowhere, because that is no fun. So yeah, I think we're good. We're just gonna flush the oil, we're gonna flush the coolant, we're gonna just make sure everything is good, and the car should be drivable. Hopefully this weekend we get it registered. I know I said last weekend, but we ran into the issue with the coils and plugs and then valve cover gaskets, so took care of that, and hopefully this weekend we can take it to go get registered, and then we'll have a street legal Audi S4 in our name. So we got the coolant level low, so it said switch off the engine, so let's turn it off and see what happened. See if anything decided to start leaking right now. So it's not crazy low. It is definitely drinking coolant though as we warm it up, so have to figure out how to bleed the system properly, and we'll get back to that. So yeah, anyway guys, that is going to be it for today's video. I am glad that the codes kind of cleared themselves. They're out of sight, out of mind. Technically, I mean, it's probably still in the ECU somewhere since they were permanent codes, but they are off the dash and we don't have any check engine light or anything like that at the moment, so that is really cool. Also, I have to bleed the coolant system. I did order a funnel kit, like a universal funnel kit, so we can have the coolant reservoir as the highest point with that funnel on top, and we'll have coolant sitting there, and hopefully we can burp the system like that, letting it heat up, cool down, heat up, cool down. Also cracking the supercharger coolant brick screws on top. I'm gonna go ahead and put the aluminum or metal, whatever, billet 034 bleed screws on the supercharger coolers, so we don't have to worry about stripping out the plastic ones. And then maybe I will loosen up the plug on the top of the supercharger cooler that I installed. I can also bleed through that port there. I didn't really even think of that. I just kind of plugged it up and wanted it sealed, but I think it is actually a good bleed port. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll get the car bled for all the coolant leak, or sorry, just get the coolant all bled on the car, and we should be good. So we will see you guys on the next video. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of the car. Super excited. It's almost drive time. So peace.